Kufr and Shirk on blast. Hey. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. We put Kufr and Shirk on blast. Hey. Amu Yum Yum the podcast.
Peep this, your grave, you may be near it. Life's short, yeah, that part, so take it serious. Think twice, that afterlife should have you curious. Each week, that week's speech should have you furious. The same, all hail King such and such. You say hell, I say hell, get off is much to be desired. Khutbah should be fire, let's rouse the believers. Situations dire.
Amu Yum Yum the podcast. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. We put Kufr and Shirk on blast. Hey. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. We put Fitna and Dhul on blast. Hey. Amu Yum Yum the podcast.
You claim Salafiyya, we follow the Salaf in understanding, but without the branding of law. Named us Muslim, with that we stay content. No division is titles, ego's a false idol. A mustard seed of kibba can land you in the fire. Plus that his beer is fueled by desires. Question, aren't y'all tired of divide and slaughter? May Allah grant us guidance. Shout out to the martyrs.
Amu Yum Yum the podcast. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. We put Kufr and Shirk on blast. Hey. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. We put Fitna and Dhul on blast. Hey. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. We put Kufr and Shirk on blast. Hey. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. We put Kufr and Shirk on blast. Hey. Amu Yum Yum the podcast.
Peep this, your grave, you may be near it. Life's short, yeah, that part, so take it serious. Think twice, that afterlife should have you curious. Each week, that week's speech should have you furious. The same, all hail King such and such. You say hell, I say hell, get off is much to be desired. Khutbah should be fire, let's rouse the believers. Situations dire.
Amu Yum Yum the podcast. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. We put Kufr and Shirk on blast. Hey. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. We put Fitna and Dhul on blast. Hey. Amu Yum Yum the podcast.
You claim Salafiyya, we follow the Salaf in understanding, but without the branding of law. Named us Muslim, with that we stay content. No division is titles, ego's a false idol. A mustard seed of kibba can land you in the fire. Plus that his beer is fueled by desires. Question, aren't y'all tired of divide and slaughter? May Allah grant us guidance. Shout out to the martyrs.
Amu Yum Yum the podcast. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. We put Kufr and Shirk on blast. Hey. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. We put Fitna and Dhul on blast. Hey. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. We put Kufr and Shirk on blast. Hey. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. Amu Yum Yum the podcast. We put Kufr and Shirk on blast. Hey. Amu Yum Yum the podcast.
Peep this, your grave, you may be near it. Life's short, yeah, that part, so take it serious. Think twice, that afterlife should have you curious. Each week, that week's speech should have you furious. The same, all hail King such and such. You say hell, I say hell, get off is much to be desired. Khutbah should be fire, let's rouse the believers. Situations dire.
Amo Yum Yum the podcast. Amo Yum Yum the podcast. We put Kufr and Shirk on blast. Amo Yum Yum the podcast. Amo Yum Yum the podcast. Amo Yum Yum the podcast. We put Fitna and Dhul on blast. Amo Yum Yum the podcast.
You claim Salafiyah, we follow the Salaf in understanding, but without the branding. Allah named us Muslim, with that we stay content. No division is titles, egos a false idol. A mustard seed of kibba can land you in the fire. Plus that his beer is fueled by desires. Question, aren't y'all tired of divide and slaughter? May Allah grant us guidance.
All right.
Assalamu alaikum. Ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome to Amo Yum Yum the podcast, where we seek to cure the kufr infected by injecting the Islamic perspective. Today, again, we are coming to you without a guest. And Yani, it is
One of an invisible guest. No?
we can call it invisible.
Yeah. Kind of useless.
Yeah, it's kind of useless. It can't give any feedback.
Yeah.
The mic won't pick up invisible guests.
Yeah,
but nevertheless, I am your host, Amo Yum Yum. And this is, again, Amo Yusuf, the Amo you love to hate.
Yes.
He's the Amo when mama's mad at you. You watch the kids.
Yes.
No, I don't want the Amo. You said watch the kids. Anyway,
There's a button here called disclaimer.
Oh, let's disclaim, inshallah.
Oh, yeah. There you go. All right.
I think we should disclaim right after the music fades.
Yeah.
I think you should push this.
Right away?
Yeah, right away. Let it sit for 7 seconds
Like
or so.
silent?
And then, because remember, sometimes the greeting is delayed.
Yeah.
Sometimes it don't catch the taslim, So
Right.
inshallah.
Right.
That might be something we might want to try.
All right.
This is still a work in progress. This is show number 15, mashallah.
Yeah.
Work in progress. It's going to get better. We're going to work out the kinks. I'm going to either steal something or find some money and buy some better stuff.
We got some ideas. We just have to
Inshallah.
implement it,
Oh,
we're too busy.
yeah.
Both of us too busy, man.
Yeah, too busy.
Yeah.
Too busy. Okay, so time for random. This random is dealing with Amo Abbott. Amo Greg Abbott.
Yeah. Uncle Greg Abbott.
He is the governor of
Texas.
And he said, enough is enough, Safi.
Yeah.
Safi. He said, enough is enough. Khalas, we're not doing this anymore. He said he lifted the mask mandate.
Yeah.
And he gave them about a week. I think he gave about a week.
This coming week, Wednesday.
Yeah, on the 10th.
Yes.
He gave the businesses a week notice. There's no more mask mandate and open up 100%. Alhamdulillah.
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 A lot of folks are upset though.
Yeah. A lot of y'all gonna start playing 8 feet apart.
Right? 8 feet apart. Hey, since we are in business, we like this.
Yeah, Annie.
Man,
yes.
if voting for Kufr was halal, I would probably vote for it.
Exactly.
Habit.
If it wasn't Kufr,
Yeah.
if it wasn't Kufr to vote,
Yes.
I would probably make some Kufr.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. You excited?
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I like it. Not all the businesses are going to open up.
Yeah,
Some of them are going to, they're going to.
It's funny though, because some of them, what they said, it is hilarious. They said, you still have to wear it only when you enter. After that, you can take it off.
Stupid, man.
Like you can enter a restaurant, but after that, you can take it off.
We go to the restaurant. We walk in the door now with the mask on. We sit down. We take the mask off.
You can go to the gym with the mask
Then
on.
we go to the restroom, no mask. We walk up to the counter to pay, no mask. We walk outside, no mask.
Yeah, but you know
It's ridiculous.
But some gyms, you go to the gym. We've been going to the gym for like quite some time, right? When you enter, you gotta have it. But when you work out, you don't have to have it.
Look. They said gyms were super spreader.
Yeah.
That's what they said. I'm gonna tell you, there's a gym here called Lifetime.
Oh, that's a fancy one though.
This Lifetime is over. Fancy. Like, this is what Tiger Woods will go work out if he's in town.
Fancy, yeah.
This is where the Spurs players go work out. This is a very fancy gym called Lifetime. Okay,
nice gym.
Well-to-do. You see the $150,000 Teslas outside. The this and the that.
And don't forget, a lot of white women.
I'll talk about women. Okay, so you'll see all this outside this gym. Okay, you'll see it. You go inside that gym, very few people have the mask.
Yeah.
You know. How do I know? The brother invited me to work out.
Ooh, the brother.
And I told him I would never go back to your. I would never go back to your gym again.
I would go.
I don't want to go.
I'll go.
I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm not going. Yeah,
Because if I go, you know what's gonna happen?
I know me. And if he goes,
It's gonna be.
Ooh yeah. Yeah. See. That's what we can't.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna stay. And he gonna be yum.
Yes. Yeah.
So anyway, that's look, man. Look, y'all not in Texas. I invite y'all to come. Some of y'all.
But Florida was open for a while.
Hey, Florida's been open forever.
Forever.
And there are other states that people are not talking about that didn't even pay attention to the mask mandate.
Yeah.
They just been living their lives. Florida went down in COVID. California, who's strict with the mask mandate, and New York, who was strict with the mask mandate, they went up and Florida went down. Florida said, look, we're not doing it.
Yeah.
We're not doing it. And I guess Abbott looked over, and said, hey, let's do what these Florida people
Yeah.
doing.
See, the problem with both of us, we're very critical. We're very logical,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, I mean, when I say like this.
And most people are not.
Yeah.
Most people are just sheep.
Yeah.
They're sheep and parrots.
Kharoof.
And like I say, I invite you all to come to Texas and live a normal life or go to Florida.
Yeah.
But if you're already going to heaven, don't come. I don't want nobody going to heaven here.
Oh man, that was something. That was something. I hope we won't get in trouble. I hope that Facebook and YouTube not gonna cancel us. But anyway, we don't care.
Hey, that's Amo Abbott.
Yeah.
Next is
We gotta probably tag him on Twitter, man.
What's poppin'? Let me close this door. You're gonna hear a loud noise.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, that's very
Anyway,
loud.
so
That was very loud.
So what happens? We're now on What's Poppin'. What's Poppin' is the hot topic. It is the subject of the podcast itself.
This topic is so hot, man.
Yeah.
Just the name.
I've
name is
covered
hot.
it before. I've covered it before in a live.
Yeah.
I have spoken about it in khutbah, and things like that. I've had discussions with it. People would put, who do you love unconditionally? And things like they'll post, and I would give my opinion on it.
Before you go forward, brothers and sisters, please do us a favor. Go ahead and just click that like or share. Share this video or like it. We would highly appreciate it. Thank you. Go ahead.
Don't hate. Don't hate. Just look. If you don't like it, put a thumbs down.
Yeah. But do share it though. We want people to benefit from this, inshallah.
Yeah, share your thumbs down. Anyway, unconditional love, kufr or not? Is unconditional love kufr or not? That is the discussion. We have to understand what unconditional love is before we delve into it. Now, who came up with this term unconditional love? It's not from Islam, okay? Just because something is not originated by Islam doesn't mean it's anti-Islam,
right.
Okay? But so we're going to discuss it along those lines.
When he came with the subject for the first time, right? The first thing popped in my head was Bollywood and Hollywood.
Also,
because that's what they promote all the time.
Unconditional love.
Yeah, love somebody you would. In fact, recently, this is amazing how you brought up the subject, because recently I read an article. This father who raised his daughter, she's like 20 years old right now, right? He's white, and I think the mother is white. Okay. But the daughter's dark, like black. And he never questioned if the mother cheated. Could be naive. I don't know if I can call him an idiot person, but he was a good father. I mean, he did good in being a father.
I don't know, man.
But I'm like, you really never asked, and he found out later on. He found out that the point is then they use the argument, oh, that's unconditional love, no matter what.
It's not unconditional love, because I came up with the topic. Yeah. And I know my sister Mona. She's my younger sister, but she's older than me. Mm-hmm. My sister Mona, she is lighter than me. The guy that she was with was about my complexion or a little bit lighter than me. My niece Michelle, which is his twin, can't deny, look like my mama and look like him, like half him and half my mama. Okay, she's dark. She's darker than both. She's darker than me. No, she's what Yusuf would call blackety black. Okay, beautiful chocolate woman.
I like chocolate.
But nevertheless, you want them?
I like chocolate.
I think she's married.
Really?
I'll cause him to divorce. Anyway, so what happens is
no, man.
Kufr. Now you have to respect Kafir marriage. You have to respect it. Islam recognizes Kufr marriage. You know, if you're a Muslim and you mess with somebody's wife, even if he's Kafir, if he kill you, I'm gonna be like, hey, dog, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, the point is that she's really, really dark. It's not befitting that you question that, you know,
right?
Because the child is dark. Now, my latest, not my latest three, but my latest three by my wife. Okay, the first one came out lighter than both of us. Okay, turning kind of red. They call it red, you know. And then the next one comes out. She's my complexion. She's darker, darker than my wife even. You know, my complexion. And then the last one comes out, little yellow boy. He's yellow, you know. And Muhammad Sallam described it like this. One man came to Muhammad Sallam and said, "Oh Muhammad, my wife has had a black child." These were Arab people, right? My wife has had a black child. And he started, you know, and the tone was accusatory, right? Muhammad Sallam said, "Have you ever seen two yellow camels have a red camel?" I said, "Yes, this is the situation." Now we know that my children can have the complexion of my father, who is really light and favors my son. Yeah, it'll skip generations. Yep. My grandparents, you know, my grandparents will resemble, you know, and stuff like I mentioned my niece Michelle. She looks just like my mother, dark, darkety dark. You know what I'm saying? Look just like my mom. You know what I'm saying? So again, I know one person was recommending paternity, you know,
especially in this, unfortunately, in this society.
But
you see what I'm saying?
Islamically, leave it. Yeah, leave it. I'm that way. If I raise a child the whole time, and I found out that mama stepped out, I'm divorcing. Yeah, I'm divorcing. But that baby's gonna stay in my life. Yeah, I'm not alienating.
Which is very difficult.
Yeah,
it's very. I mean, because you raise somebody.
Yeah. But see, the way my mother raised me, we treat all children. You know, I mean, all children are basically treated the same. I don't favor my children or other people's children. Yeah. When it comes to sports, when I'm coaching, I don't favor my children. You know, if somebody's better than my son, I'm gonna let that child have it because that's called coaching. Yeah. You know, even my children cannot call me dad while I'm coaching. They gotta call me coach. They cannot call me dad around the team. Yeah. It doesn't work like that. So anyway, so back to the unconditional love. This is an important subject. Because as Muslims, you know, we know that this did not emanate from us. It's unconditional. And the definition by the ones that invented it or coined it, they said it means love without strings attached. Love without strings attached. Okay.
So this is not like, I mean, what's the difference between that and blind love?
Well, that's unconditional. Blind love is unconditional. You know,
love is blind, they say.
Okay, yeah. Right. Love is when they say love is blind, I think they're saying that you may fall in love with the most unlikely of individuals. You know. Yeah. You know, you might be hardcore. You know, pro Negro, whatever. You hardcore, and you see a white woman, you're like, ooh.
Right. Love is blind.
I'm thinking about quitting. Anyway, second definition. And it's more than these three. I'm gonna mention just three. Okay. It's love you offer freely. You just throw it out there. You know, free love. You know, making it rain love. You know, it's kind of like that. So anyway, the third one is you simply love them and want nothing more than their happiness. You simply love them and you want nothing more than their happiness. Now, I'm gonna tell you for myself, I'm a bit of a poet.
Really?
Oh yeah. But I gotta like you first. I ain't wrote you no poems because I don't like you too much.
I know.
Anyway,
me too.
So what happens is that someone, it was on Facebook and it was in real life. Someone says, "What is love?" We were sitting around talking. And somebody said, "What is love?" You know,
there's a song for that too.
And I said, "Don't hurt me."
Yeah, how did you get in my mind?
Hey, that's what is love. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, what I said was, I said, love is to prefer someone else to yourself. To prefer someone else over yourself. That's love. Love is sacrifice. To prefer someone else over yourself. Now, I'm not saying I got the definition from Islam, but it's consistent with Islam. I'm saying? To prefer someone else over yourself, how we sacrifice, you know, how we sacrifice for one another as Muslims, as we should, how we sacrifice for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, so again, to prefer someone else over yourself, that's love. And the third definition was you simply love them and want nothing more than their happiness. Now, how is 1, 2, and 3 problematic? How is it problematic? Questions arise. Does Islam allow, number one, love without strings attached? What did Muhammad say? You know, one of the keys to Al-Jannah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is to love a Muslim for no other reason than what? You love that Muslim for no other reason that he believes in Allah Ta'ala and the Rasul Muhammad. You love them only for Islamic reason.
Yeah.
That is one of the keys to Al-Jannah. You know, what is that? That is the aqidah, the uqad, the knot that ties hearts, the knot that never unravels. If you believe like I believe, our knots are tied, okay? Our knots are tied if you believe like I believe. I don't mean you claim to be part of the sect that I'm part of, or the clique, or the madhab, or the this. I'm talking about, you believe in Allah Ta'ala and Rasul Muhammad and you love someone for that sake, That is one of the keys to Al-Jannah. Because that shows that you have the proper aqidah and your hearts are tied to everyone that believes like that. Mm-hmm. That is the proper. Okay. No strings attached. We have to cross that one out. There are strings attached to our love. Our love is conditional. Allah Ta'ala tells us in the Quran, you won't find those that believe in Allah in the last day loving those that disbelieve in Allah in the last day, or that oppose Allah and His Messenger. Okay? Even if they be your fathers, your sons, your mothers, so on and so forth, you know. Even if they be that, even if they be, you know, your closest of kin, you cannot love someone that opposes Allah Ta'ala. So these are people that are hostile. You know, if your mom is hostile toward the deen, you still owe her respect. Yeah. But you cannot sit while she slanders the Rasul Muhammad or slanders Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You cannot sit in that type of company as Ibrahim alayhi salam did. Allah Ta'ala says in the Quran, when it became clear his father was an enemy of Allah, he parted his company, never to associate with him again. Yeah. And that's better than being in his face disrespecting him, because it became to the point where Ibrahim's father, Ibrahim alayhi salam, his father, told him, like, boy, I put food on the table selling these idols. I put food on the table. It became less dawah. The dawah became stagnant. It became more like disrespect and being at odds with your father. So it's better to part. You say, well, don't break the ties of kinship. A lot of y'all use that for Christmas and Thanksgiving. Yeah, give me a break. I'm telling you, I've heard imams said, I cooked the stuffing on Thanksgiving. Yeah. And I said, astaghfirullah. He said, brother, Allah says don't break the ties of kinship. So everything now is not breaking the ties of kinship.
Wasn't that, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, because I thought that hadith was addressing the Muslims, right? Or was it just general Muslim and they're non?
Well, kinship extends past Muslim. Right. Okay. I'm saying, as far as the blood ties. Right. You know, remember that your blood relatives are nearer to you than, the Muslims are nearer to you than your blood relatives. Okay? Unless your blood relatives be Muslim, then they become nearer to you than the general Muslim. But the Muslim always is first, okay, as far as nearness. Why? Because we have the knot, the uqad, the knot that never unravels, the knot that ties hearts. And this is where our love lies, okay? Our love lies with that.
Yeah, basically the aqidah is what ties us, you know, the creed.
So, as far as 2, it's love you offer freely, okay? As far as 2, what does Islam say about offering love freely? Okay, it's not it's not an offering love freely. It sounds sus.
A big sus.
Yeah, it sounds kind of sus. Yeah. But Islam doesn't allow us just to offer love freely. Okay, a person has to qualify,
or even do you think the idea of you have to earn? I don't know. That's maybe I don't know the respect. You earn the respect, but can somebody earn love from somebody?
I need.
What do you think?
You actually can, and here's an example. I forgot I think one of them. was named Muawiyah, not the Muawiyah that we know right now.
Yeah.
One was named Muawiyah, and there was another one, two brothers. Two brothers, they had a sister. And one brother was blood relative. The other brother was a stepbrother, okay, through marriage, brother through marriage. When the blood brother died, the woman didn't shed a tear. When her stepbrother died, she cried and cried until she almost went blind. She almost went blind from crying. They asked why. People that read the history, they asked why. Why did she not cry for her blood brother, but cried to almost blindness for her stepbrother? And they said her stepbrother treated her very well. You see that?
Yeah.
That's human nature. When you say offer love freely, that means love is not earned. You just give it out.
And when you give something for free, there's no value anymore.
Hey, we can take that lesson. That lesson can go.
Right.
That lesson can go far. Far will. That lesson can go wide.
Yeah. That's why we have too many Sims.
Wide implications with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Free love.
Yeah.
So anyway, with that being said, our example. No, let's go to 3. I'm sorry, I skipped 3. 3, you simply love them and want nothing more than their happiness.
Yeah, not even your happiness.
Even your happiness, a lot of times, is insignificant. What do the not therapists, but what are these people? These
self-love.
No, these therapists, but they're on a higher level than just a therapist. Okay, I don't know if you call them sociologists or I don't know if it's psychologists or whatever. But they stated that for the children's sake, if the parents sacrifice some of their happiness for the children's sake, the children come out healthier. Long as they witness a stable environment. We're not talking about chaos and violence.
Yeah.
We're talking about, the husband grew a gut, and the wife, she saw a man without a gut. Now, is she gonna cheat on her husband and break up the family? The wife gets a stomach, because from bearing children. Yeah. And the husband says what? The husband says, I like this, and the other husband is allowed to marry again, but so it's kind of funny because the husband is allowed to marry again, and people say, "Oh, you got to have a reason." Well, not according to Islam. According to some sheikhs, according to our emotions, you got to have a reason. You have to have a reason. He has to have resources.
Yeah, not reason.
He has to have resources, not reason. So, but nevertheless, he could marry someone that causes disruption in the family. We're not saying being married, period. That's another level, and that also goes back to to love, loving the correct thing. But nevertheless, they say it's better for that couple to stay together than to divorce. Okay, it's better for the overall mental stability of the children, and that's all that they are saying as far as that. We're not talking about being miserable. We're not talking about being abused. We're not talking about any of that. We're talking about sacrificing for the children. Okay, I'm telling you that it happens all the time. There's a sacrifice when you got children. There's a sacrifice there. I could drive a certain thing, okay? I really want a Tesla, I can drive a Tesla, but if I pull back everything I'm spending on my children, I probably could drive a Tesla.
Yeah.
But I'll be the sorriest driving that Tesla. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'll be the sorriest such and such. Yeah. So I'd rather, give to my children and assure that they have a healthy respect and a healthy love for their father, not loving me outside of the deen because I practice deen around my children and away from my children. I'm known for deen. I'm not known for the other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. Allah Ta'ala is the only perfect, so we're not discussing that. Yeah. We're saying that we should practice this deen, and especially our children to see it. Our children to see us practicing this deen. Just as it's important for your children to see you and mom, mom and dad love each other, hug each other, embrace each other, say sweet words to each other. I know couples that refuse to argue around their children. Yeah. And for so many years, a couple people would tell you, I've seen my mother and father argue no times. And some may say, I've seen them argue once. One of them say, I heard my father raise his voice once. I heard my mom talk back to my dad once. If even that, that's called sacrifice. You know, it's kind of like when you were in school a long time ago, instead of arguing and fighting in front of your kids, tell your husband, say, 2 o'clock. Outside, 2 o'clock. You know, like we used to do in school. You know, I'm gonna beat you up at the school, but not in front of the children. So that's sacrifice. So anyway, you love them and want nothing more than their happiness. The problem with that is what? Sa'ada.
Yeah.
The Sharia defines happiness, Sa'ada, as knowing your Lord is pleased with you.
Yeah. Oh, that's a very good point.
Now, this is saying you simply love them and want nothing more than their happiness. So what happens when you're trying to please your children? Muslims, I've seen you, don't lie, I've seen you try to please your children. You put them in a tight dress, you put a scarf on their head sometimes, and you took pictures of them, and you rented a very expensive car to take pictures in and to drive up to the place with a boyfriend, or whatever this guy was, Muslim or not. She wore the tight dress with the scarf. It's really a disgrace to put a scarf over that dress. It's really a disgrace. But you did that for her prom pictures because it makes her happy.
You basically ended up compromising the deen, right?
That's what it is. You compromise a major part of the deen. You committed an act of kufr. You say, oh, how is that kufr? Because anytime Allah is telling you don't, and you say, no, I'm going to do this because I want to please this person. Yeah. This is kufr. Some may even say shirk.
Yeah. Subhanallah, because you know what? There's a rule in life. It's called creation will always disappoint you sooner or later, right? But except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala won't. So really our loyalty and love and mahabbah should be for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. Everything else is secondary. And even our own wife and kids and friends, you know, it can come and go, it can change. You know, that's
what did the Sheikh said? The Sheikh said that he said, we get tired of people asking us. I got tired of that one brother kept trying to scam me all the time. He kept forgetting he scammed me prior.
Before
or attempted to scam me prior. He would try to scam me again.
That's a consistent.
And then he's trying to scam. Yeah, he's a consistent.
That's good. I'll give him credit for that.
He's a scammer with sabr.
Yeah.
Okay. So he forgot he tried to scam me again. People get tired of you asking. Allah doesn't.
Yeah. Subhanallah.
People, why you ask me for that? Why don't you get a job? Allah, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, make dua to Allah even for a shoestring.
Yeah.
If you're tying your shoes and you break your shoestring, make dua to Allah for a shoestring. Make dua to Allah to make it that you can get another shoestring to replace the one that you broke. Yeah. There's nothing too small for dua. Sometimes do it yourself. Yeah, Yusuf, can you bring me a water? Man, get the water yourself.
I think I said that once. I think I said that once, right?
He probably did.
Did I say that
He
once?
gave me water, mashallah.
Didn't I say that one? I told you to go do it by yourself. I think I did.
Maybe, because I'm black.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, so this is what happens. Sheikh said, we get tired of, man, I'm tired of you asking. Allah don't get tired. Allah don't get tired, okay? And this is a difference. You can't please human beings.
Yeah.
We're not pleased. Women are not pleased with men. Men are not pleased with women.
Kids are not pleased.
You know, we're happy at times.
Yeah.
Children are not pleased with parents. Parents are not pleased with children a lot of times.
Neighbors
right?
are not pleased either.
Neighbors not pleased because you keep playing music loud because you're black. No, I'm just kidding. So anyway, so the neighbor's not pleased with the neighbor, so on and so forth. Yeah. But you can please Allah. Think about that. You can't please man, created things, but you can please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is major. That is major. So when it comes to this unconditional love, who should you be loving unconditionally? Again, it says you simply love them and want nothing more than their happiness. So what do we tend to do? We tend to bend over, as they say in the cliche, backwards. We tend to do things that are against Islam to please someone instead of trying to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Put him in a pedestal.
I'm going to share with you, and many of you are going to disagree with me. I'm going to share with you, and many of you are going to disagree with me. I told my son, I told all my kids, and they could come on camera and tell you what I told them. I said, if you do something I didn't raise you to do, let's say you're in a car full of kuffar, or bad Muslims. I don't hang around bad Muslims even.
Yeah.
You're in a car full of bad people, Muslim or not, okay? And they go out and one of them shoot out the window, and all of you arrested. Y'all getting it. The only one that won't get arrested that has a chance is the one that dials 911 right there inside the car. That's the only one that jumps outside the car and dials 911. The one that tells that he shot out the window, that's the only one that's free from blame. The rest of you are complicit.
Yeah.
The rest of you are complicit. So I say, if you're in that situation, I said, if you call me, I said, I'll answer the phone. I'll answer the phone. I said, I'm not getting a lawyer.
Yeah.
I'm not paying no bail bonds. I'm not putting up my house. I'm not doing any of that. I say, I'll visit you and I'll send you information to learn. I'll send you books and literature, so on and so forth. I say, I am not wasting money on a lawyer. You doing somebody I raised you to do, which is keep bad company. I raised you to be a leader, not a follower of people. You shouldn't have been in that car.
Yeah, that's a very, very, very tough thing to do,
Oh, I got no problem
because
better ask them.
Yeah, because if you allow it, then guess what? Then we are enabling the same situation over and over and over. That's why now, unfortunately, nowadays we don't even have a tough love anymore.
Did y'all know that now some people know this, some people.
Yeah.
Y'all know Alcoholics Anonymous has an enabler group?
Really?
Enablers Anonymous?
I thought they don't.
They have an enabler group. If you're an Alcohol Anonymous, anybody that supports you, that allows you to lay up, anybody that drives you to the store for your alcohol or your drugs, drive you down the street to your drugs, bring drugs to you,
yeah.
or fill in a prescription so you can use those drugs illegally, so on and so forth, that's called an enabler. Anybody that makes excuses for you, verbal excuses, that's called an enabler. Okay, those people have to attend meetings too. Yeah, Alcoholics Anonymous recommend they attend meetings too. And Narcotics Anonymous, they want you to attend meetings too. Why? Because you need to get over your sickness because you're supporting it.
Yeah,
you're supporting it, and you're allowing it to perpetuate. A lot of people can't recover till they hit bottom, and you are holding them up from the bottom. You're the cushion that keeps them. Boing, yay, boing, yay. And every time they bounce up, they grab some more crack.
Yeah, it wasn't like no.
Yeah. No. Oh. I want to tell that joke so bad. No. Anyway, so I want to tell that joke. No.
Hey, you got my permission. I love
it.
No. Hey, I'm from that land.
YouTube will say, ah.
No, I'm from that land, so I'll give you the permission, even though they might kill me too. But hey, who cares?
Anyway.
I don't care.
So, doing things for people's happiness that happens to displease Allah Ta'ala is not the way to go. Sa'ada, true happiness is knowing your Lord is pleased with you. That don't mean you're going to heaven. Okay, that means you made your 5 salawat the way you saw the Rasulullah pray, or the way it was narrated that he prayed. You prayed it that way. You fast Ramadan, you started correctly, you ended correctly, you lowered your gaze, you did all the stuff that you're supposed to do. You did everything within your ability, within your knowledge. Because only our knowledge, well, we don't act on the laws now, we act on our own knowledge, okay? You act within your knowledge of the deen, you did everything you were supposed to do. Now you could sleep. Now you can sleep, okay?
Yeah, and not just that, a lot of the so-called new age philosophies, right? They talk about, attaining happiness, attaining a dream, whatever, right? Anytime you want to attain happiness in this dunya, it's all temporary.
Yeah.
So in the equation, when that thing, whatever you attain, is gone or is eliminated, then what's going to happen? You're going to go back to from the beginning again. Yeah. That's not true happiness. Alhamdulillah, with us, whether we are in a bad situation, good situation, as long as we please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that's our ultimate happiness. Make sense? Yeah. No matter in what situation we are.
Our life example, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Yeah.
Okay. Did he love unconditionally? Well, you say he loved his uncle, not unconditionally. Not unconditionally. He loved his uncle unconditionally. Did Muhammad sallallahu ever act outside the deen for his uncle's sake?
He did not.
Never. If you love somebody unconditionally, remember, their happiness matters. Yeah. Did not the uncle of the Rasul, Muhammad sallallahu come to him and say, oh, Muhammad, please stop this talk. The people are saying this, the people are saying that. It's going to reach a point, I ain't going to be able to protect you. He said, uncle, I would not. By Allah, there's no God except Allah Ta'ala. I'm his messenger. I will continue to proclaim such. He said, do as you please, nephew. Do as you please. And Muhammad sallallahu wasn't asking permission. Yeah. Muhammad sallallahu wasn't lobbying his uncle in any type of capacity. Allah Ta'ala was the protector of the Rasul Muhammad sallallahu, ultimately. And this is the point that I'm making. Muhammad sallallahu didn't have the unconditional love, because if you read the ahadith, People like to speak in absolutes. Muhammad SAW never said a bad word. Muhammad SAW, I'm not talking about cursing like we curse today. Muhammad SAW never said a bad thing. Muhammad SAW cursed people. Cursed them, actually crippled one man who lied and said Muhammad SAW told him to eat with his right hand. He said, "Oh Muhammad, my right hand is sick." His right hand was sick. I can't really use it. Muhammad SAW didn't let it be sick. That man never used his hand again. He was lying. I'm saying?
Yeah.
There are other instances. Muhammad SAW did not always speak nicely. He's always spoke khair. And sometimes the khair is harsh.
Yeah, because people, especially the Muslims, tend to forget he's a human being. He's our Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, of course, but he's still a human being. I mean, you wanna put something like
it's called Alif al-Jabiliya, I think. Alif al-Jabiliya, which is his natural disposition as a human being. You know. So but Muhammad SAW would get angry or happy for Allah Ta'ala's sake.
Which we don't have nowadays, if you notice.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Nowadays we have too many, what is that statement? Love is love. That's another thing been circling around.
Oh man, that's sus. Love is where you find it. How you gonna stop somebody from loving somebody? How you gonna prevent the love? We're trying to prevent other stuff. We're not trying to prevent love, we're trying to prevent STDs. So anyway,
as long as it doesn't harm nobody, which actually does harm psychologically.
Yeah. Our example, Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam didn't love unconditionally, okay? He loved by condition, okay? He loved by condition. His Sahaba, anhum, same thing, tabi'un, with tabi'in, so on and so forth, same thing, continuous. Until the believers today, who love what Allah loves and hate what Allah Ta'ala hates, today, don't love unconditionally. Now, we're gonna get to the Kufr part. We're gonna really touch the Kufr part. We kind of touched it a little bit. We're gonna go into it. Allah Ta'ala is Al-Wadud. He's the most loving. Allah is not Al-Hub. You know, Allah is not the love.
Yeah.
Allah is not love. The Kufar call Allah love. The same ones that call him Father. Okay? The same one that call him Father, call him love. Those are not attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, I remember the incident I mentioned 1,000 times. Ahmed Didat.
Yeah.
Rahmatullah. You know, a student of his came to him and said, "Oh Ahmed, read this." He said, "It says Allah and Muhammad." He said, "No, read it." He said, "It says Allah and Muhammad." He said, "Sheikh, read it." He said, "Allahu Hub." The Christians wrote calligraphy Arabiya to make it look like Allah Muhammad, but it says Allah is love. Allah is not love. Allah is the most loving, meaning if you ought to be loved, no one will love you more than Allah Ta'ala loves you. So what do they say about us that say I love everybody? I heard Muslims, Ya Allah.
That's a lie. That's a lie, man.
You would never find someone loving those who oppose Allah and His Messenger.
Yeah, that's a lie, man.
You never find those who believe in Allah on the last day opposing those that believe in opposing Allah and His Messenger. Even if their father, their sons, their wives, they won't love anyone like that.
I promise somebody hijacked him. We would not love that person.
This guy, this girl, I heard it more than one occasion, more than one person say, "I love everybody." No. I say, are you more loving than Allah? Allah doesn't love anybody. Allah says He don't la tuhibbullah la tuhibbullahu al-kafirin. I'm saying Allah doesn't love the kuffar. Allah doesn't love the mufsideen. Allah doesn't love this. It's I don't know if it's 10 or more. It's categories of people Allah don't love. You can Google it. I don't have it right here in front of me, but you can Google the categories that Allah Ta'ala don't love. Are you claiming to be more loving than Allah Ta'ala? Yeah. Then that is shirk.
Yeah. I see what you're saying, but
that is shirk.
Yeah, I call those people like BS. Yeah. Whoever says that, it's a complete nonsense.
You cannot love like Allah Ta'ala can love. Yeah. I just said Allah Ta'ala, Muhammad said in the Hadith Qudsi, you know. No, I don't think it's another hadith. I'm not going to do the hadith Qudsi, I'm going to do the other one. Mm-hmm. The other hadith that says, if it was not for the animals, Allah would withhold rain because man is so disobedient. But Allah still gives us rain. The person that harms children gets air and sun. Okay?
Yeah, but
until they're caught, they don't get that much air and sun.
Addition to that, if you look at the world right now, if you reflect on the world, if you reflect on societies and the oppression, I mean, if you just think about it, subhanAllah, with all this crime and oppression and injustice, is Allah punishing them? Do you see what I'm saying? Rahmah, I mean, Rahmah is there. I mean, chances is open.
This is the people that practice the shirk or believe in the shirk of karma.
Yeah.
Karma denies the existence of Allah.
Yeah.
Karma denies the mercy of Allah.
Yeah.
Karma denies the forgiveness of Allah.
Yeah.
Karma denies that. Karma says if you do bad, you're going to get bad. That is not always true.
Right.
I know people that live bad lives. Maybe their end was tragic, and some of them died peacefully on their deathbed.
Yeah.
I'm saying? Of course, the angels ripped that soul out like fine silk being dragged over thorns of Saturn. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, their life, you didn't see the bad that touched them. You didn't see the bad that you saw them live a nice life, you know, cars, women, money. You don't know the misery, okay? Yeah. You didn't see the misery. So where's the karma? They got people went to their grave, you know? So you think all those children Jeffrey Epstein harmed, do you think the guy in his cell choking him to death, you know, breaking a bone in his neck, the fake hanging? I've been in those cells. You can't hang yourself. You can't do it. Anyway, you can't do it.
Yeah, that's
anyway,
impossible.
So he's too tall and get out of here.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you think that was sufficient? That was his quote unquote shirky karma.
Yeah.
You know, that happened to him after all. You think that's even? It's not even. You know, it's not even.
Because you cannot put yourself in Allah's mind.
Yeah.
You cannot make that assumption. You know, you see, that's another problem with us. We say, you know, Allah is love or hope, whatever, forgiving and merciful.
Yeah.
Like, okay, but that not like us.
Yeah.
You know, you cannot compare our quality to the Creator, man.
Yeah. We are bitter. We get jaded. Yeah. You know, Allah Ta'ala doesn't have those qualities. Yeah. So Allah Wadud is the most loving. You cannot be more loving than Allah Ta'ala. So stop lying, saying you love everybody. Yeah. If you love everybody, then you're for the streets. If you love everybody, you're truly for the streets. You love the streets. You know, that means you are just as the people that say they love everybody, they're not believers. I'm not saying you become a kafir when you say you love everybody. I'm saying you need to really question that you love everybody.
There's no honesty there. It's like
matter of fact, one person said they only like me. One person like me.
I mean, it's not. You're not honest. It's like a disingenuous, right? This is not. That's not true. You know, I mean, it's just like a fluffy talk.
So let's talk about what it means. How can it be kufr to say you love unconditionally? How can it be kufr? Well, Allah Ta'ala tells us in the Quran, you know, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu.
Oh, you believe.
Udkhulu fi silmi kafa. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you believe into submission to Allah Ta'ala completely, into Islam completely, wholeheartedly. Okay, if you enter Islam wholeheartedly and you understand that Allah Ta'ala doesn't love everybody, how can you love everybody? Allah Ta'ala does not love unconditionally. There are people Allah Ta'ala does not love. So how can you say you love unconditionally? You know, how can you say that? That's when you enter the kufr. If not shirk, you enter the kufr that way. Because you're making a statement that is the antithesis of Iman. The Iman in Islam, antithesis of that. There might be some other Iman, you know, but nevertheless, okay, the next one. Saying you love unconditionally means you have not bought into al-wala wal-bara.
Oh yeah, that's
you have not bought into loyalty and disassociation for Allah's sake. That means you're going to be loyal to who Allah says don't deserve loyalty, and you will not disassociate who Allah Ta'ala told you to disassociate from. How many Muslim parents? I'm gonna say Luthien, or I'll say Como Lut, the people of Lot. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so how many parents said, if my son twitches in the house and twitches around the kitchen and twitches through the living room, you know, I'm gonna allow them to twitch because I love my son and I'm not giving up. Nobody told you to give up. Continue the dawah, but can you have it in your house? Some of y'all got a dog in the house, so you might as well have, you know,
everything.
You might as well have a Como Lut. You ain't getting no angels.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you might get a dress party. I don't know. I don't want to say the other stuff. I get in trouble. But anyway, I'm saying, like, you know, you don't have loyalty to Allah to who Allah orders you to be loyal to. Loyal to. I'm black. Bear with me.
I can't speak English.
So yeah. I have a speech impediment. I work on my own. I ain't have enough.
money to pay their white
He
folks.
can't speak English. I don't speak English.
Yeah, so anyway.
Or a combination.
Jeremiah, I say white folks in the nicest way. I say white folks, meaning the establishment.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with white folks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't get twisted, man. Because
Yeah,
you know me.
don't
I love white people.
Me too. Depending on how they look.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
So anyway, that goes for everybody. so anyway, so the point I'm saying is that you haven't bought in. You are not loyal to who Allah says to be loyal to. You're loyal to people who Allah Ta'ala says do not be loyal to. You know, you do not practice disassociation, but you associate with those who Allah Ta'ala demanded you disassociate from. Because you practice unconditional love, which is kufr. You know, in all signs, you know, in all tenses and forms, is kufr. Okay, so Allah Ta'ala, you know, to love, you know, lituhibbu, right?
Lituhibbu, yeah.
Walitakrahu fi sabilillah. Okay, to love and to hate for the sake of Allah Ta'ala. You know, to love what Allah loves and to hate what Allah Ta'ala hates. That is also part of our deen.
Yeah,
okay?
Allah hates injustice, so you can't say I love injustice.
Or the unjust.
Or the unjust.
Oh, what's the other one Muslims do? They love the Bible. You know, when I was in prison, I knew some Christians, they love the Gideons, the small little brown Gideon's Bible. You know why? Because it's made out of onion paper. It's a smoke it. You know what I'm saying? They love the Bible a lot. In that Bible they were smoking, even the smoke form words. Anyway, so that Bible said that the Bible was talking about loving. What was the passage about loving? Love the sinner but hate the sin. Yeah. See, you know, during the time of Rasulullah,
repeat that because I know Muslims use
love.
It too.
Yeah, of course they do. Love the sinner but hate the sin.
No, I don't love the sinner.
That was even that WhatsApp group one time.
Okay, I don't love the sinner.
Yeah.
I hate the sin. I don't know the dude or the dudette.
Even if you know them.
Yeah, but
see, the thing about it.
I can love a stranger. Can I love a stranger?
You don't have to hate the sinner.
Right.
Depends on the sin. But nevertheless,
I don't know the dude.
They say love
the dudette.
Love
right?
Love the sinner but hate the sin. So in Islam, how do you flog sin?
With love.
Let's say somebody got caught drinking in Islamic State. Let's love them.
I can picture it now.
Flog the bottle. You want to hit the bottle? What you gonna hit 100 times?
No, you can hit them like kindly.
But you're hitting them.
Yeah,
that's not love.
Like how Dion throw the shoe, you know.
Yeah, you bend your back. Anyway, so
like that.
This is the issue. If someone is guilty of a crime Islamically, and they should be flogged by an Islamic state, not by any of these despotic governments today, not by any of these nation states and these
by individuals,
puppet rulers or individuals
in
a basement in New York because y'all religious. No,
can't do that, man.
Yeah,
not allowed.
Okay,
but some people believe in this stuff.
Oh yeah, you know why? Because they don't believe in Islam as a system. So they trying to practice Islam piecemeal.
Yeah. Then the enemies of Islam going to use look how they are.
So how do you love the sinner and hate the sin? When Allah Ta'ala has established al-hudud, the punishments for certain acts. The stoning for the zina of adultery, the flogging for the zina of fornication, cutting the hand of the thief. Why is the thief's hand being cut? Why don't you cut the theft? You should cut the theft. Because you love the sinner. No, you punish the sinner. And Allah Ta'ala says in the hudud, in the qisas, you know, the treatment.
There is a life.
The eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. And that is life. Why? It's a deterrent for the next person to not do that. Because it's a life of the society. It's not about, Islam is not built around the individual freedoms like Kufr is. Islam is built about the justice for society
as a whole,
for earth, for living beings. Okay, the living beings, as in animals, they live too. They get justice too. The fruit trees get justice too. Human beings get justice too in Islam. So the point is that I know we have these fanciful things. I love unconditionally. I love everybody. I hate the sin, but I love the sinner. You love the sinner so much you keep company with him. You love the sinner so much, they live in your house, and when you get mad, yeah, they be doing drugs. They were doing drugs when y'all was good. Y'all was cool, you know? And this is the problem that we have. Only when we become angry do we start to act Islamic, you know? When we suffer harm, we want to apply Islam. No, we have to apply Islam all the time, even against ourselves.
Yes.
Ramadan's about to come up. Before Ramadan, we are encouraged to make Islah, to repair relations, to ask for forgiveness, to offer forgiveness to those that have harmed us. We are told to do that as a prerequisite, a shart, before we practice a mabrur, Ramadan, a righteous Ramadan.
Yeah.
We're told to do that. It's hard for us, but Allah Ta'ala says that Muhammad told us that we should be as forgiving as we want Allah to be for us or to us. We should be that forgiving. Brother, believe me, it's hard. It is, oh man. I ain't forgiving no hypocrites. I'm telling you, I'm gonna do my Ramadan. I ain't doing no hypocrite, man. It got people here that closed down a whole masjid, bro. All because we said democracy was kufr. Only because of that.
Aye.
Bent back, banana back. Anyway, so that is a summary of what we wanted to talk about as far as this unconditional love. We have to get out of this hippie understanding of Islam. I know a lot of y'all smoke weed. Y'all be giving y'allself up with y'all posts, defending, it's pharmaceutical. Shut up. You ain't got your condition is drug addiction. That's your condition. Drug addiction. I am addicted to drugs. Can I have some weed, please, doctor? Here, young boy. Young Islamic boy.
Islamic boy, what does that mean?
I don't know.
What is Al-Walad al-Islami? What does that mean? Al-Walad al-Islami. That means, I'm trying to translate it and understand this term now.
So with that, I hope we made a point. If we didn't make a point, we'll go through the comments. Leave your feedback in the comments so we can deal with that, and we will go to the comments right now before we go to the last segment. Let's see. If anybody made any corrections.
Jibril Hassan, come on, man. Assalamu alaikum. Why y'all brothers didn't invite me as a guest?
Because we always do, and you always man. Sadiq can't rap. He said I ain't got no rapping skills.
Come on, man. Come on, man. That's how he talks. Like, Jibril, you need to come. What happened to hanging out?
With us? Why you don't hang out?
You and your homie Dion keep throwing that Inshaa-Allah like Arab.
It's like Arabs. Just like Adams.
Yeah.
Like y'all going to heaven. You better come on this podcast.
Okay. Isa Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Amina Rajas, she gives salam as well.
Tasneem, Amina.
What is it? Emoji like?
What does she do?
In the laughing emoji. Okay. Sharifa, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Isa says, everybody I know who caught the Rona wore a mask.
Hey.
It's amazing, right?
Real talk.
It's true, actually. Same thing. Yeah,
real talk. Yeah. You know what else? Guess what? I got to say this. Legionnaire's disease. Look it up.
Yeah.
People were on their deathbed about to die. And some physician came in and said, could have been a nurse. Because sometimes nurses actually have more keen than doctors are.
Yeah.
I've known this.
Yeah, I noticed too.
I just went to the doctor about my wrist. He said it could be arthritis. I said, dude, my name ain't even Arthur. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Second, he said
it
could be a fracture. But you said you wasn't injured, so I don't think it's a fracture. I saw something right here. I went to work for this nurse.
Yeah.
I assembled this double bunk bed for her grandkids.
Yeah.
I went to work for this nurse, and I told her about this. She said tendonitis.
Subhanallah.
I said, that's exactly what it is. And describe how it feels at night, and why does it hurt at night? Because during the day, I'm moving, I'm using it. But at night, when it rests, that's when you're going to get it.
Yeah.
Okay? A nurse, but the doctor, I don't know, give me $1,000. I don't know, give me $1,200. I'm going to bill you and charge you 80% more when you get the bill, nurses, I'm going to pay that bill.
Nurses, mashallah, they're very
There's no way I can pay you back. But my plan is to show you that I understand. You all appreciate it. Anyways.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that mashallah, nurses are very, very sexy, they got that skill too, that nurturing.
So again, this lady is dying on her deathbed. Yeah. The parents, the kids are around. My mom's dying. She's suffering. She's suffering. This woman wore a mask all the time. A nurse came in and said, started asking questions. She said, test that woman for Legionnaire's disease.
Yeah.
You know, when it was in the desert, like this all the time, didn't wash that bacteria build
That's
up.
the humid.
She was dying of Legionnaire's disease. Yeah. They stopped it. They gave her some medication for Legionnaire's disease. The woman is alive today, alhamdulillah. I'm telling you, something's going on, man.
Listen to me.
No vitamin D. Stay inside. Wear your mask.
Hey, it's like, you know, the satanic rituals. They wear masks in the circle.
Oh, yeah.
Separate 6 feet away.
Lama.
No, but think about this, because even our clothes, when it gets wet, you know, you're supposed to wash it, right? So when you wear that thing, typically doctors don't wear it for like several hours, except in even in huge operations, they change.
Guess what? Yeah, they change it constantly.
Yeah, because
they know.
Because with the humidity.
They know.
Yeah, with the humidity. Yeah. Right? You know, the bacteria builds up.
They find 200,000 types of different bacteria in people's mat. The ones, not the throwaway ones. The ones that the custom ones. They test them. They say you got to wash these things like constantly, and you can't just have one. Yeah. You know, finding all kinds of bacteria. You think that's healthy? Anyway,
so that was Isa Muhammad and Jalil Khabir Salim. Alaykum salam. Alaykum salam. Then Isa said, can we like and share? Of course you can like and share. Please like and share.
Like and share.
Yeah.
Like and share.
Like and share.
Like and share.
Like and share. That's a new name. I like that.
Like and share.
Yeah. What is love?
Don't hurt me.
Head away.
Don't hurt me.
Head away. Yeah. All right, Jeremiah. Oh, Jeremiah is here.
Jeremiah.
Oh, alaykum salam, Jeremiah. Oh,
Jeremiah. Yeah. Go together like ladies in passive. Like babies. I'm sorry, I messed up.
Okay.
Forget the bar.
I was about to go there. Okay.
Forget the bar. Go ahead.
So you basically meant, Isa said you basically meant counselors.
Yeah. Counselors. Yeah. They're like marriage counselors. They'll recommend that, hey, you know, it's not unbearable. Make some adjustments. This is not irreconcilable. Stay together for the kids. Because they're talking about a societal thing. Yeah. You know, it's not about you, husband and wife anymore. It's about society. You know. Oh man, I got a podcast coming up. I'm gonna tell you about it.
Inshallah. I'm excited. Excited! Yes! Oh! I stole that from you.
Go ahead.
All right. So he basically said lawyers only make more money if the parents split, which is true.
Yeah.
There's a documentary called Divorce Corp. When you get a chance, watch it.
Yeah.
Ali Baraka, the philosopher, he says, "Walaikum salam."
MashaAllah. So now it's time.
Shaking my Muslim head.
Shaking my Muslim head. This is. I thought we did him already.
No, this was about the
Biden.
March 3rd. No. Was it Biden? Was it Biden? Oh, I'm sorry. But the war thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we did it.
Did we? In the beginning, we did the random for Abbott. We didn't do the Biden thing.
No, we did. No, I thought didn't we do it last podcast?
I don't remember. But
anyway,
but
shaking our Muslim head is Biden bombing the Muslims.
3 countries already, right?
Syria.
Syria.
3 countries already. Syria. Who else?
Subhanallah. I was watching that. What's her name?
Yeah,
Abby Martin
you got critics of the Biden administration and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah, but this was from Abby Martin from the Empire Files. If you go to the YouTube channel, she actually mentioned like in a short period of time he threw a bomb in Syria somewhere. I'm not. I forgot.
Did you see the footage of the bombs?
The rocket that fell on that area, the city.
It almost looked like grenade type stuff. It's a small proximity. It didn't have the bomb coming off the jet type feel to it. The missile. It almost like it sparkled. You know, almost.
Yeah.
It was funny. Anyway, 3 Muslim countries, 3 different countries. He's bombing. And this is why, you know, we encourage not voting for Kufr. Because Allah Ta'ala says in the Quran that whoever recommends or supports someone in a bad deed or a good deed get kiflu minha or nasibu minha. You get a portion of it. I'm saying you get a portion of it. The supporting someone in the good deed, you get a portion of it. The like of if you did the good deed. If you support or recommend a good deed, it's the mercy of Allah Ta'ala. But Allah Ta'ala says when you help or support or recommend an evil deed, you receive a portion of that deed. A portion of that deed. So if you didn't want to have any Muslim blood on your hands, you should have stayed out of it. You should have stayed out of it. Because what's happening is that, you know, he's bombing the Muslims. You know, one of his first acts, right? One of his first acts is to bomb the Muslims, you know?
Yeah.
One of the first acts. And like, you know, it's heavy. is heavy on our hearts, because we as Muslims have the ability to take care of our own. We have the ability, like for instance, Saudi, if they weren't, side chick status, for America, Saudi could say, look, we're gonna take care of the Muslims. So we're gonna take y'all go home, we're gonna take care of the Muslims, But that's not what it's about. They want to set up these huge military bases, which are considered American property, and everywhere America drops a bomb, they don't leave. If America drops a bomb in your country, they don't leave. And now they colonize in the Muslim lands now.
Okay. And if you guys want to double check, you can go to YouTube and look up for Empire Files. Evie Martin covered it. And also the comedian Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore also covered this. He talked about, the war stuff that's going on with the new administration, stuff like that. So I'm like, it's the same thing over and over, man. People never learn. Like
but see that if you watch we watched the video yesterday.
Yeah,
I was laughing.
Yeah,
about the Saudi special forces doing maneuvers and kicks and flips and jujitsu and all this type of stuff, and they shooting and jumping on top of cars and jumping off the car and jumping in the air and shoot while they in the air. It was like Bollywood. Yeah. And I'm looking at all of that. In my mind, I even said it out loud. I say all of that flipping and all that jujitsu. Yeah. Guess who is going to harm? Only the Muslims. Yeah. Not a kafir will be harmed. And it's not like they should be harming the kuffar. You definitely should be harming the kuffar that harm us. I'm saying definitely those. Okay.
Battlefield.
But all the energy is to oppress. So only one that's going to get flipped is the Muslim. Only one that's going to get scissor kicked is the Muslim. The only one who get in the Kamara, a full Kamara, that's going to be the Muslim head bent over, the neck stretched out. Yeah. That's going to be them. They have no energy for Allah's enemies. The only energy they have is against the Muslims. So we got the kuffar against the Muslims. We got these regimes that are heavily populated Muslim against the Muslims. Where's our ally? Where's our ally in this dunya? If we don't support one another and call for the dismantling of these regimes, then this bombing of Syria and these other two countries that it's going to continue to happen.
Yeah, and all the Muslims that kind of elected him, guess what? You're going to share that.
Yeah.
The innocent people that are getting the innocent people are getting bombed, or the corrupt leader that are supported in those sort of places. Those victims, when they make dua to Allah to basically get rid of the oppression and the oppressor.
You're part of it. You're part of it.
And whoever support the oppressors and oppression,
we make dua for them.
Yeah.
They're making dua for themselves. Yeah. And Allah is hearing their dua. Yeah. Allah answers the dua of the oppressed. Muhammad said, beware of the dua of the oppressed.
Yeah, dua al-Beware. Yeah.
How many sisters have we seen cry, Bil Arabi, and say, where are the men? Oh, Ummah, where are you? Yeah. Where are you, Ummah? Yeah. Oh, we're sending some sleeping bags.
No. We have too many buffy nibbles,
Oh, man. Yeah, but we are. Right. This Ummah is hella sus right now. This Ummah is hella sus, man. I mean, how can you live and the Muslims are dying? How do you live? Muhammad said the Ummah, the Muslim to another Muslim is like what? Jasad and Wahida. Like one body. One part of the body hurts or suffers insomnia, can't sleep at night, the whole body feels it. The whole body is up all night. Yeah. We don't act like that. Even some pro-African American, whatever, blackity black Muslims, they say, man, why we always talking about overseas? We got problems right here. Yeah, you the problem right here. You the main problem right here. So again, inshallah, let us be and behave as one ummah, a single ummah again. Al-Muslim akhul Muslim. The Muslim is the brother of the Muslim. La yudlimuhu. He does not oppress him. Wa la yuslimuhu. He does not leave him with or turn him over to oppressors. Yeah. We're leaving our brothers to be oppressed and harmed, and small children and women. The majority of refugees are who? Women and children, man. The majority of them. You don't have a compassion. You don't have the proper aqidah. You can call everybody Khawarij. You can do whatever. You can make all the insults on Muslims. You don't have the proper aqidah.
Yeah.
If you get into heaven, then drinks on the house. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't even have love for your ummah. But you got unconditional love, though.
Yeah, and not just that. Even the non-Muslims that are suffering in those countries, like in Africa and some part of the subcontinent, the Asian, all those places, right? Because Islam don't exist. If Islam exists as a system, they'll be, taken care of. But because Islam is not there, as an ideology, as a system in place, everyone is suffering. Even the non-Muslims suffering too.
No, non-Muslim is suffering. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
They're suffering. Like in Palestine, there's a segment of Jews that are also oppressed.
Yeah.
A Palestinian sister hit me to it. She say a lot of times you hear about this and the Zionist government blowing up this and that. I say you automatically think it's Muslims, right? Say sometimes they're attacking Christians over there.
Yeah. Oh,
they're killing the Christians, they're killing the other Jews.
Yeah.
It ain't just the Muslims that they're killing.
Yeah.
So they ain't anybody that's against Zionism. Zionism means that you believe in the authority of the Israeli state. That's called Zionism. Saudis are Zionists, Kuwaitis are Zionists, Sudanese are Zionists by that definition. And they're all Zionists. They're Zionist nations.
But brother, you call them Zionists? We'll have a proof. You have proof.
They did joint airstrikes with Israel on Syria, on Muslims.
How do you know? Did you check the planes?
Whoever text them as allies, you become one of them.
Always find an excuse like.
Yeah.
Did you check the plane?
Did you see the bomb?
Did you study the bombs?
What is love? Don't hurt me.
Are you sure the plane has made in China?
Yeah.
Go with those Chinese.
Brother, they are lying on the non-Islam, non-jihad, The proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
Anyway, so for you, again, Biden, and for you Muslims that voted for Biden, or even voted for Trump, okay? Or, I miss Trump. Anyway, so...
you do?
Or you Muslims,
I said
he's an orange character, man.
Yeah.
So anyway, might as well have somebody funny, So anyway, that's not a warmonger, So anyway, and you Muslims that love unconditionally, and you even love that Biden is blowing up the Muslims. Like, apparently, you love everybody.
Yeah.
Hate the bombs, don't hate the bomber, right?
Wow, that's deep. That's way deep.
Pause. So anyway,
What is the jar? Yeah, jar. What is that?
For all of that, we are shaking our Muslim head. Well, that's episode 15. We done it. We done did it. Done it.
Don't forget to share this video.
Share it, like it, subscribe so you won't miss out.
Subscribe.
Hey, I gotta make an announcement real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow, 7 p.m. There's another thing going on, a conference or whatever. At the same time, I don't know if I'm gonna change my time.
What
I
conference?
don't know if I want to.
What conference?
They say it's a khilaf, some type of khilaf, talking about the khilaf or something. I saw the advertisement. Yeah, something. There's something going on at that time. And it's not Haqiqatu, right? Not Daniel.
Oh, no. This one.
Is that it?
This one.
It's not that one, right? Yeah.
Sunday 7th, but that's 7 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. So that's like that's not central. Yeah, that's in UK. So
that's gonna be like 12 or 12. 12 p.m. or 11 a.m. or something like
Greenwich
that our
Mean
time.
Let's do a conversion here.
Yeah, it's gonna be like 11 or 12 our time.
The CST will be
11 or 12.
1 a.m.
Oh, 1
tonight.
No.
It says 1 a.m. Sunday.
Hold on.
7
a.m. 7 a.m. p.m.
It says the Greenwich Mean Time.
No, but was it a.m. or p.m. though?
Didn't say it.
Well, they gotta say a.m. p.m.
I know. Oh, it's p.m. It's p.m.
Okay, yeah. So that means it's gonna be 1 o'clock. Should be 1 o'clock p.m. 1 p.m. Should be 1 p.m. Your phone sucks, man. Anyway, let's do it right here. Anyway,
guess what? It does.
Tomorrow we're doing X-Factly Gender Wars. We're gonna talk about the war that has been concocted.
It's 1 p.m. You're right. Between
men and women. What is the origins of it? Who started it? What does it mean? And we're gonna talk about who wins. That's tomorrow at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 Eastern. Of course, that's 5. Was that Pacific? Pacific time?
Specific?
Is that California Pacific? I'm not sure. Anyway.
Eastern, I think.
Eastern? No.
EST, isn't it?
No. Eastern is New York and so on and so forth. California's on the other side. They're 2 hours behind us. So anyway, we're gonna be talking about that. Please join that. You're going to be allowed to, I'll send you the link. You can zoom in and give your opinion, so on and so forth. I talked about it in the preview. It's something that's, and I like the second show. This show right here is going to be off the hizzy, inshallah, being Allah ta'ala. But the second show is going to be really, really something. You know, it's something that men and women need to contemplate in order to make their new relationship work. And it's going to take a sacrifice. But inshallah ta'ala, this one, X-Factly, Gender Wars, will be coming to you. I pray that you all, hit the link, dial yourself, zoom yourself in, and opine upon the subject, inshallah. All ultimately for Allah Ta'ala's pleasure, inshallah Ta'ala.
Okay.
That's all we have. So this has been Amu Yusuf and Amu Yum Yum for Amu Yum Yum, the podcast. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.